Hello again, friends. Ahsoka the Geek here, and for today's video, I wanted to take a look at the new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Robin, which you see there, and just kind of do some comparisons with some other Robins from my collection. I've far from have all the Robins. These aren't even all the Robins in my collection. These are the ones that were just easy to grab off the shelf. So these are the ones I will be comparing him to. So we're going to take a look at the new McFarlane Robin that's based on his newest appearance in the comic book. We also have the new McFarlane Toys Carrie Kelly Robin, so we'll take a look at her next to some other figures as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright, so first of all, here he is, and maybe you've already seen my review of this guy, but I really love this figure, like I say for most of my reviews. I love the new costume. I love this red and black costume with the yellow. Just really awesome design. I love the progression from his original suit there, or his most recent suit, to this suit. Like, you know, I just love how it's kind of progressing there, and they capture that really well in the in plastic. So there he is. So first of all, there he is next to the original Damian Wayne Robin figure that was released from McFarlane Toys. Looks really good next to him. They look like they're the same person, just in different costumes, and the one on the left is a little bit older, so I really like how they kind of maintain that continuity in plastic. I love the original costume, but I like the new one even more just because it has a really cool spin on it. So let's get him out of the way, and let's bring in a Mattel Robin. This is the Mattel, I think, DC Universe's Classics. This might be from the Signature series. This is that Robin, and actually he looks pretty good next to this. It's funny because this Robin with other 6-inch Mattel figures looks a little on the buff side, but with the McFarlane 7-inch figures, I think he actually fits in really nicely with these guys. You know, I think he looks pretty good next to these guys, to these Robins. Obviously, he's a lot smaller than this Damian on the left, but I still think he fits in really nicely there. So there's that one. Okay, next we have my favorite Robin, not only from a design perspective, but as a character, Tim Drake as Red Robin. I love this costume. It's a really nice nod to his original Robin costume that he wore when he first appeared. Don't really care for the Red Robin logo because to me, he doesn't really look like Red Robin anymore. He looks just like a Robin. So I don't know why they call him Red Robin anymore. In fact, here he is next to his new 52 Red Robin appearance, and you can see the one on the right is definitely makes more sense to call him Red Robin because there's just a lot more red in his costume. And the one on the left is just a little bit more of a traditional Robin, just an upgraded Robin suit, which I'm totally okay with. While we're talking about Red Robin, here is the Mattel Red Robin, which is basically just the Kingdom Come suit that he wore for a while there, and then he sort of evolved that into the new 52 suit I showed you a few moments ago. I really love this suit. It's a really cool sort of mesh between Robin and Batman. I loved how Alex Ross designed this, and I actually really like the version that was in the first Red Robin series that they did, which was a modification of this. It was just sort of a modernized version of this costume. I'm bummed we never got a figure of that costume specifically, but I'm glad we have this one at least from Mattel and the one from DC Direct. But there's the Red Robin there. So there's my little tangent on Red Robin. This is a funny, that this one's called Red Robin, even though it looks just like Robin. But anyways, here is the new McFarlane one next to Red Robin. They don't scale that well together. I mean, they're fine, but, the one... Oh, sorry about that. Actually, they look pretty good together. It's just the Damian one, his head's pretty big. Let's call a spade a spade. I love it. This is very comic book-esque, but when you put it next to, like, a Mattel figure or something like that, you can really see, the proportions there are a bit off. But other than that, the body looks great. I mean, Tim Drake should be taller than Damian, so that works really well. But yeah, they definitely look like a different scale. Like, the Red Robin over here on the right definitely looks like it's from a different line of figures. So, but again, they look nice on the shelf. You don't really notice once you put them up there. All right. So let's bring in Miss Carrie Kelly. So here is The Dark Knight Returns, Miss Carrie Kelly, the first female Robin. Tim Drake just fell over on my left there, and I grabbed him with my other hand, but whatever. So there is Carrie Kelly as Robin. This is a very new Robin as well. She just came out a few months ago. She looks great next to Damien. They scale really well together. I love the proportions on this Carrie Kelly Robin. I like that she's not too small. She's like a good size and scales really well. So now that we have Damien and Carrie Kelly, and we'll have a Red Robin from McFarlane Toys pretty soon, I hope that one scales well with these guys as well. So that way, hopefully, eventually, we'll have a full line of Robins to display together. So there's Carrie Kelly. Let's take her off stage. All right, next up we have the Teen Titans Robin from DC Direct. This is an OG-looking Robin. This is Dick Grayson right before he becomes Nightwing in the comic books. That's what this Robin is based on. Very short shorts there. Definitely did not skip leg day. He does not scale very well with this Robin because he's supposed to be a lot taller than Damien, or get a amount taller than Damien, and obviously he isn't, but that's okay. This is from a different era. I mean, this figure is probably at least 15 to 20 years old. Not 20 years old, maybe 12 years old. I don't know. Maybe 15 years old. Some in the comments, let me know how old this figure is. So it's fine that he does not scale well with him. I still love this figure just because it's a very, classic Dick Grayson figure right before he becomes Nightwing. Looks great next to my Nightwing figure. So I dig this figure, but he does not scale well with the new McFarlane Robin at all. But that's okay. They all look good on the shelf, guys. I don't mind having different scale figures on the shelf, but I'm just kind of showing you how they look together in case you do care about all that stuff. So there you go. So let's move him off camera as well. Let's bring in another Robin. Here is the Tim Drake Robin from the upcoming Gotham Knights video game. And he actually works really nicely with this Damien. Again, the head on Damien is pretty big, but I think this works really well with this Tim Drake figure. Actually, now that I look at it, he works really well with the DC Direct Red Robin as well, as far as height goes. Yeah, they look really nice together. What I love most about the Gotham Knights one that you see here is that it uses the original Robin Tim Drake logo, which I love. That's my favorite Robin logo, so I'm glad they went with that on the new Tim Drake figure. So yeah, he looks really good next to Damien. So I guess actually I'm wrong. We do have 3 Robins from McFarlane Toys now. We have Tim Drake, Damian Wayne, and Carrie Kelly. So we have 3 out of the 5 or 6 Robins that we have. If you count Stephanie Brown, she was a Robin as well. So we do need to get a figure of her eventually, which would be awesome if we went that deep into this. I'm just going to put Carrie Kelly over here. All right, up next, and let me get Tim Drake out of the way, we have the Robin King. So he's on the stand, but he kept falling over. So let's see if I can get him to stand for this. So Robin King looks pretty good next to Damien. I mean, they're about the same size. And he's not going to stand. Let's just stand him up next. There we go. So yeah, he looks pretty good. He scales well with Damian Wayne, which makes sense, as they're both from McFarlane Toys and not that far apart. And I think this one came out like last year or something. So yeah, it looks good. This is a really interesting Robin figure based on the Dark Knight's Metal or Death Metal storyline. Really cool, creepy Robin figure, and he looks good next to Mr. Damian Wayne there. So there he is. I wish he could stand, but it's okay. All right, next up we have, I'm just going to show you one of these Robins. This is the Crows. What I love about these Crows figures is that, the costumes themselves are very nice, original, classic-looking Robin costumes. I wish they would just sort of, take what they have here and make a few Robins, like Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, out of these costumes. They're not too far off from a very traditional-looking Robin tunic and costume, and they look great. I love what they did here. These figures are super creepy. So again, I always have problems standing these. Oh no, he's standing up. So there he goes. Let's put him next to Damian Wayne, and he looks great. Looks great next to Damian. Scales really well together. All right, guys. So there you have it. That's about it with the Robins. So again, he doesn't scale well with older DC Direct and Mattel figures. But what can you do there? But again, once you put them all on the shelf together in like a picture like I'm doing now, they all look great. They really do. So there you go. Hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully you learned something. Maybe you were mildly entertained, if nothing else. But that's about it. Once again, thank you all for your support. Thanks for watching my videos. If you want to see more content, definitely check out my Instagram. And I hope you are well and have a great day.